Hi, Chi.
Hi, Alex.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing really great.
Good.
I really appreciate you meeting with me today. I actually wanted to talk to you about something that is a little bit hard for me to bring up.
Oh, what is that?
So I wanted to talk about that I felt in some instances that there have been times where you've interrupted me, and I wanted to just let you know that I felt kind of disrespected, and I wanted to make you aware of the situation in case you weren't.
Oh,
and just to get your,
I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. So
yeah, no, and I appreciate the apology. I just wanted to let you know that that I feel like it, like for example, there was the one instance when we were talking to the clients the other week, and I was presenting my section, and there was an idea that I was presenting, but halfway through, instead of letting me finish, you ended up interrupting me and completing the thought. And I feel like I felt disrespected, and I feel like it kind of gave a poor impression to the clients in terms of how we could operate as a cohesive team. And I just wanted to let you know that that was my perspective on it, and I wanted to kind of get your feedback too.
Yeah, I understand your point, but at the time you was not stating that point very clearly. So I was just want to jump out and make our clients know the most of the information we come up. So I just don't want some unclear statement ruin some of our results.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that, and I'm with you on that and making sure that our clients get the best information that they can from us. And so I think that we both share that goal. I think the sticking point is the difference in how that goal is met. And so I think that how we present the data can also make sure that they're given the best impression and best information too. And so, for example, if there was an instance of this occurring, and if I felt like there was something that I wasn't explaining clearly, I think it would still benefit everyone if you let me finish my thought, but then feel free to contribute and add on and clarify. And I do appreciate the contributions that you make, because you've been on the team for longer than I have. And I understand that there are still some holes in my knowledge, but I think that it would be a better learning experience, and I would feel more respected, and I think it would give a better face to the clients as well as the team if we kind of moved away from interruption and kind of decided to let each other have our own says and complete our own thoughts.
Yeah, I understand. I might have been a little impatient at that time, but it's just a one-time instance. Are you just reacting too much? Are you too sensitive? Extending it to unrespectful?
I understand if you might think that I'm being too sensitive, but I want to make you at least understood that whether or not you think I'm being overly sensitive, that I still feel this way, because I think that still has an impact in how we interact and our relationship and our dynamic. And so I just kind of wanted to let you know that was the impression that I was getting, and that I was feeling like I wasn't being taken seriously, and that I was being disrespected. But in terms of being a singular instance, there was also another point that I wanted to bring up with you. So in addition to some of the interruptions and critiques of my work, there was that time last week during our team meeting where we were going over our plan for our app, and there was a case where I had put a lot of work into generating this idea and supporting it.
Yeah, we are both making a lot of efforts to that, I remember.
Yeah. And so even though it was a team, I feel like there were the specific component of the app that I made, and that you ended up kind of taking credit for that. And even though we're on a team, I still want to be able to be recognized for my individual contributions.
Well, I guess for each part of that project, we were both researching a lot, right? we are not just doing our part. We are both researching a lot for everything.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that you contributed to certain parts of it and I contributed to certain parts of it. But my problem is that I feel like you ended up taking credit for the stuff that you worked, but also the stuff that I worked on. And so even though I wanted to make you aware that I felt that that you were doing this, and I don't, and I.
Yeah, but I think it's not just me. Maybe in a team, sometimes everybody just do that intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally,
Yeah. So I just wanted to also bring up that it's not just me who feels this way, that some of the other team members have we've been talking, and they also feel like the way that you've
talk
been
over that with all of them.
The conversations just kind of happened organically. I wasn't really like gossiping or trying to be, it's just people have started notice that the way that we're interacting isn't necessarily constructive. And so I think that our relationship is actually having a damaging effect on the team as a whole. And so
you're the team members, and I would like to know, how do they think about this? Do they also think I'm being too disrespectful?
Yeah, and so I think they have picked up that you've been behaving a little bit disrespectfully, and I think that it's harming the team as a whole. And so I wanted to make you aware that this might be bigger than just me and you, and I wanted to try to meet with you individually before other people started to get involved, and to try to work this out between us before this kind of expands and becomes a bigger situation where our team leader might need to be involved.
That would be terrible.
Yeah. And so I'm glad that we're both on the same page and trying to make this like a way that we can take care of this beforehand. And so some of the things that I was hoping we could do together to try to create a respectful environment is to maybe, like we talked about, wait and not interrupt. And so kind of have me, even if I am being unclear, like, please just let me finish.
Yeah, I will be more patient in future. I will try to make it.
Yeah, that would be really helpful. That would be really helpful for me and the team. And the other thing I wanted to maybe bring up is, so for example, if we present something as a group, maybe we could have multiple people present so that everyone is able to present their contributions, or even if we had one presenter, if there was a way that we could work in, like, say, she came up with a great idea of doing this, and so I would acknowledge your contribution, your individual contribution to the work as well, so that everyone was getting the credit that they deserve.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So let's try this next time.
Yeah. Are there any other ideas that you can come up with to try to make this a little bit better?
So far so good.
Okay. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you know that this was bothering me and to get your feedback, and I really appreciate your being open about this and being receptive. So I feel like we can make things work.
Yeah, I believe so.
Great. Thank you
for reaching out.
Yeah, thanks, Chi.